Hi guys, this is Morgan and Cainan, and today we're going to be doing our next Little Passport Science Expedition. And we are going to do cave and crystals. Are we going to turn these into crystals? We're gonna grow our own crystals. Step 1. Ask an adult to help supervise this experiment. Heat the water until it's almost boiling. Carefully fill the mixing container with 40 milliliters of hot water. Open the crystal powder packet by carefully cutting an upper corner. Do not rip the packet. Step 3. Carefully pour most of the crystal powder into the mixing container. Save a little bit of the crystal powder for step 6. Use the stir stick to slowly stir the crystal powder in hot water until the powder dissolves. Okay. Sprinkle the gravel onto the bottom of the growing container. Crystals like to grow on something. Slowly pour the crystal solution over the gravel. Step 6. Wait an hour until your solution has cooled. Sprinkle the remaining crystal powder into your growing container. These small crystals will act as seeds for your crystals. Step 7. Choose a dry place to put your growing container where it can sit for at least a week without being bumped or moved. So that's gonna be, so the container is gonna grow that big, I bet. Just kidding, the rocks are gonna grow into crystals. To make sand stalagmites. In this experiment, you build a tower by dropping a mixture of sand and water onto a plate. As the water drains away, it will leave a tower of wet sand that looks like a stalagmite in a cave. Step 1. Pour your sand into your bowl and add water until the water level is at least twice as high as sand. Step 2. Place a small rock in the middle of your plate to be stalagmite base. If you don't have a rock, you can shape a base out of wet sand. Scoop some wet sand out of your bucket and let the water drain out of your hand a little bit. Create a small mound of stalagmite base. Step 4. For this next part, work fast so that the sand stays wet. Scoop a handful out of your sand slurry and hold the wet sand inside your fist, allowing sand to drip from the bottom. Diagram A. Turn your hand over and aim above the mound on your rock. And let the drips run out of the small hole between your fingers. Diagram B. Stalactites on a string. Drawing stalactites requires patience. It can take many days or weeks, but that's a lot less time than the years it takes to grow a stalactite in a cave. Let's get started. Step 1. Pour 2 cups of hot water into one of the clear cups. Measure 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Add it to the water and stir until the baking soda has dissolved. Repeat until no more baking soda will dissolve and the solution is saturated. Baking soda falls to the bottom rather than dissolving the baking soda into the solution. Step 2. Pour half of the solution in the other cup. Optional to color your stalactites. Add 3 to 4 drops of food coloring before pouring the solution into the other cup. Fold the string in half and twist it a few times. Slide one end of the folded string onto a paper clip. Dip the string into the solution to wet it before hanging it between the 2 cups. to put one paper clip into each cup. Make sure the cotton string is at the bottom of each cup. Place the two cups about 10 inches apart from one another. Hang the wet string so that it curves down a bit between the cups. Place your plate between the two cups to collect drips and stalactites.
Now comes the hardest part. You have to wait. After a day or so, you should see crystals forming along the string. You may even see the start of stalactites forming, but it may take over a week to see the results. After a week of waiting, our stalactites didn't grow that much. It was like just. And our crystals grew a lot. I just noticed that part today.
There's like this here, and then it's like growing outside of the container.
I don't know if that's normal or not, but there's a huge spike pointing out right at you guys. I think this was a very fun box,
But I wish this would work out a little better.
It might. Maybe. I like it a lot because you got to like watch everything, and this one was kind of fun because you had to try to make it reach the bottom. I think the sand stalagmites were also really fun because it felt and looked like mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
One looked like mashed potatoes.
And it was fun to play with too.
Thanks for watching. Bye. And make sure you subscribe to our channel if you like it. And leave a like on the video if you like this video. Bye.